in the paper factory town of Tursault, Quebec. But it was in Quebec City at the annual Pee Wee tournament that the young flower first bloomed in hockey. At the age of 11 in 1963, Guy was a star as he led the Tursault club to the championship. A few years later, Guy would revitalize junior hockey in Quebec City as a member of the Ramparts.
We started with maybe 200 people come and watch us play, and the last 3 years we had 14,000. You know, it's people used to go at the rink and sleep there with sleeping bags, bring their sleeping bags with tents to get tickets the next day. And it's something that I said, why are you doing this? You know, but they were just crazy about our team, and they were really a bunch of hockey fans. I played 3 years for the Ramparts, and I get drafted in 1971.
Chosen first overall by the Montreal Canadiens, Lafleur came with a can't-miss label firmly attached. But the shy 20-year-old struggled through his first 3 seasons. The transition from Quebec City to the big time of Montreal wasn't easy, but success finally came in 1974.
You know, he turned it around in one night. That was the thing that, of all of my memories of him, I think that might be it. The 4th season that he played, he skated out here at the Montreal Forum in the first game against the New York Islanders. And he didn't have a helmet on. That was number 1. And you sat there, those of us who had watched him play the first 3 years, and you said, who is this guy? I mean, where did he come from? Who is this best man on the ice all of a sudden? It was that quick. It really was. To this day, I don't think Guy can explain it.
Superstitious. You know, in a way. He said, I am not playing with it. I don't play as good. I'm going to take it out. And things start to happen, but it was just a coincidence, I think.
Thus was the Blonde Demon born. In the latter half of the 1970s, Lafleur inspired a high regard in all who saw him play.
Guy Lafleur was poetry, and I'm not kidding you folks if you haven't seen him, poetry on ice. He had long hair then. If you remember, he had long hair, didn't wear a helmet, and he lost a little bit of it now, folks, but used to be flying in the air. It used to be flying behind him, and he could do things with that puck. He was not afraid, and you knew if it got around the last 5 minutes of the game and it was tied or he was behind, you knew he'd get the goal.
No, he had some of those moves. I would never forget the practice we would play against him during the practice. Sometimes we were playing 5 against 3, and he had the puck himself, and we couldn't get the puck away from him. He was very unbelievable, and he had always energy to get back, and he likes the game, he loves the game, and he could play under pressure. You don't get a lot of people who cannot play under pressure, but him, more pressure he had, better he was.
And never was there more pressure than the 7th game of the 1979 semifinals, when Lafleur scored the tying goal against Boston with less than 2 minutes left.
I was going down the right side. Somebody passed it to him, and he cut toward my right-hand side, and he's a lefty. And he went along the board on my right-hand side, and I was coming late. I was trailing back, and I came late, and I just dropped it back, and I closed my eye, and I just let it go. And Gilbert was in the net, and it went right on the side of the post there. That was a very special moment.
The Habs went on from there to a 4th consecutive Stanley Cup. Hockey Week will have more on Guy Lafleur after these messages.